Right, so chapter 64 starts in the same way as Al-Jumu'ah. يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And it doesn't end in the same way, but that's the beginning there. It talks about the ones who are harmoniously working in God's way. Here we can see an extended exposition on Allah. It talks about Him. It says, هُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنُونَ. It is He who created you. Some of you are rejectors, some of you are mu'min. So it's still talking about the system. Really, the context of the system is being expounded here, and it continues talking about the creation of as-samawati wal-ard. I believe that this is referring to the society now, because we're still dealing with Allah wa Rasul, the Kitab of Allah wa Rasul. Then he says He knows what is in the heavens and in the earth, and He knows what you conceal and what you reveal. Then, so basically, it's now expounding. It's now telling us about Allah and how Allah relates back to this system. It gives the mentality of the unbelievers in verse 7. Then it talks. It says to the believers, فَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, therefore believe in Allah and His Messenger and the Nur which we have descended. So this Nur is that which will be spread through the world through the mechanism of Allah and His Messenger. Then the people who disbelieve, it says, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ. Those who reject faith and treat our signs as falsehoods, they will be companions of the fire. It's interesting here that the word fire, nar, and the word nur, light, they are actually two sides of the same root. They are actually two aspects of the same thing, which I believe is energy, if you like. So Allah and His Messenger bringing nur is like developing our energies and refining it to be in God's way. But those who reject faith and they treat the signs as something to be stopped, they will be companions of the fire. So they will remain in that fiery state, as opposed to being developing themselves. So it then sums it up by saying, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ, and obey Allah, وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ, and obey Allah, obey the Messenger, and if you turn back, فَإِنَّمَا عَلَى رَسُولِنَا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. The only thing on our Messenger is the clear reaching. So the Messenger must establish what is given to him, but that's all that's due to him. If you don't want to follow, that's up to you. Then it says to trust in Allah, and to trust in Allah, basically. There is no God but He. Allah, la ilaha illa huwa. Allah, there is no God but He. Wa ala Allah falyatawakkalil mu'mineen. And upon Allah you should trust. Then it ends with a call to the believers. So this ends the tasbih block effectively. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O ye who have believed in this entire system. Truly among your intimates and your favorites are enemies to you, so leave them. فَذَرُهُمْ وَإِن تَعْفُوا, and if you forgive and overlook and cover up, verily God is also Ghafurur Rahim. He also protects and nourishes. Your wealth and your favorites are a test. So that doesn't mean they're a bad thing, that they're a test. But the presence of Allah is the highest reward. فَأَتَّقُوا, take guard of Allah as much as you can. So you are to establish this as much as you can, and listen and obey and spend. Spend, as we can see, is in chapter 57, and spend from the good for the sake of your souls. وَأَنْفِقُوا خَيْرًا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ, and these are the ones who are muflihun, they will gain prosperity. So it ends, the entire tasbih block ends with in tuqridullaha qaradan hasana yudaifu lakum wa yaghfir lakum wallahu shakurun halim. If you give Allah a beautiful loan, He will double it and He will grant you protection. And He is Shakur, He appreciates what you do. And Halim, He is forbearing. So here we can see that this is the closure of the tasbih block. This is essentially the mentality we need to have in order to begin the system of Allah wa Rasul. This system, as I said before, it is a human movement to give light to human beings, لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ, to establish justice for mankind. And it tells us the ins and outs of the system. That's what this block is for, really. And we can read the block in a number of ways, combine the chapters in a number of ways, and understand exactly what the expositional ideas are. So with that, I close day 28 of Ramadan 2011. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll be doing two chapters, which are chapter 65, Talaq, and chapter 66, At-Tahrim. So thank you very much for your continued viewership, and I bid you a pleasant day. Bye.